Zimbabwe cash crisis worse.
Talking about Venezuela once again.
Systemic important banks. They removed the 1,000 doing this thing they're called monetary awareness. Hey there, hope all is well. Back at you today with some more RT News updates. And as you can tell from today's title, we're going to be talking about the Iranian Rial and how it says all-time low as citizens scramble for US dollars. And so today I have about 4 articles I want to share with you. So it's been a while since I've shared several articles with you, all dealing with the same subject matter. But I want to pose a question to you at the very end of this, so stick around to the very end. But more importantly, before I dive into today's articles, if you're new to RTD, I want to encourage you to click that subscribe button as well as that notification tab to be informed of future updates as well as live streams. And if you have not yet, I want to encourage you to take the time to go to the RTD University site where I put together all my prior interviews dealing with monetary matters as well as the importance of holding precious metals in your possession today in cases just like we're about to read about right now. So the very first article, as you can see here, says Iranian Rial hits all-time low as citizens scramble for US dollars. So today I'm just going to scroll through these articles, give you a little bit on top. But more importantly, I want you to take the time for yourself to scroll down below and click the link so you can read them for yourself. And so I'll give you an idea what's going on the surface here. It says Iran's government is scrambling to contain a currency crisis after the Rial hit all-time low, prompting panic buying of hard-to-find dollars amid political uncertainty. It says the Iranian currency has been steadily losing its value against the dollar since the 1979 Islamic Revolution. It says with $1 bought 70 rials. It says this week $1 was exchanged for up to 60,000 rials in central Tehran as people skeptical of the country's economic performance and uncertain about its future political stability rush to get hold of more stable foreign tender. So just the idea that people have lack of confidence in their currency and they're scrambling now. So it's good to say a lot of the middle class, the lower class people are scrambling to get a hold of something that is deemed a little bit more stable. And it says here, they're going for dollars. So it says President Hassan Rouhani initially succeeded in controlling currency fluctuations inherited from his predecessor, while $1 bought 36,000 rials in 2013, says when he was first elected. It was the equivalent of 40,000 rials in April last year and 60,000 rials on Monday. So imagine how much the currency has been devalued. Then you measure that devaluation with the price of goods and services in our country. So when you go to your grocery store, every single item in that store has a higher nominal price tag to it, which makes it very difficult for those that are on fixed income or limited income and don't get increases along with the rate of inflation. So something worth considering. Then I'll go right to the next one. Here we have stringed up Iranian cleric wants money changers executed amid currency crisis. So here we have penalty by death. A senior hardline Iranian cleric has called for an execution of several key money changers to help end the country's currency crisis. Iran Rials hit a record low early this week, losing 35% of its value against the dollar amid fears of U.S. actions that could cripple Iranian's economy. The currency led to a panic while some Iranians rushing to exchange offices to buy foreign currencies. In a bid to stop the slide, the government announced a unified rate of 42,000 rials to the dollar, which was reportedly fetching 60,000 rials on the black market. Wow. Says authorities also shut down several unauthorized money exchange offices and arrested a dozen individuals who are accused of attempting to disrupt the foreign exchange market. Scroll down a little bit more. It says several key money changers should be put on trial for spreading corruption on earth and executed according to Islamic principles. Makarim Shirazi was quoted as saying on April 11th by the semi-official ISNA news agency. Here we have the idea of people calling for death for manipulating the currency there. So that's, I guess, the Sharia law way of doing things. Not sure, but it's real sketchy when officials or people in the higher ranks call for a penalty by death. But not too many people know that if you go back to the Coinage Act of 1792 and you read through that, it says that anyone that is caught technically manipulating or counterfeiting the U.S. currency should also be put to death. So I'm sure that wouldn't go too well nowadays. Very next article here.
The next recession.
Recession will be.
Will be a recession.
We're going to hit a recession.
The date of the next recession.
A U.S.-only recession typically lasts 8 to 10 months, but a lot of things about this particular one have not been typical. So
a crash is coming. Now, whether it's 6 months from now, 12 months, 36 months, no one knows.
I go to bed every night, I dream of another recession. If you know what to do, if you have the right plan to set up, you can make a lot of money from this.
CNBC, it says Iran's currency crisis could bring it one step closer to economic collapse. So I'll scroll down a little bit further to give you something down here. It says, quote, the policy change combined with new restrictions on foreign currency holdings will likely succeed in arresting the rial's collapse in the immediate term. Referring to Henry Rome, a political risk consultancy and Eurasian group. He said in a research note, adding that the government has sufficient foreign reserves to pull this off. Still, it will continue to hurt Iranian import and export businesses, which have difficulty accessing currency from the government and rely more on black market exchanges. It says Iran's woes are due to a trade imbalance. Non-oil exports in 2007 were 47 billion and oil sales hit 55 billion, leaving a currency surplus of 17 billion. The crisis is actually in accessing currency notes, which is estimated at only 5% of all foreign currency in Iran, while the rest is available in the form of credits for business. So basically they're having a shortage of cash altogether. And it says here a trade imbalance. Is there any other nation that you know of that's running a trade imbalance? More information if you're interested in reading for yourself. Very last one here. Iran currency crisis could threaten political stability. Says a lot of the same things here, but just from a different spin. But one thing I want to leave you with for today is the idea that here we have a country, Iran, which is a small, isolated country. It's under sanctions by the United States government, so they're not able to do conventional trade using the SWIFT banking system. So everything they do in regards to exporting has to do with a lot of their allies, whether it be Russia, China, as well as the surrounding countries in the neighborhood there. And so they do it in their own currency or in gold or in oil or whatever type of side deals they have going on. And so this is a country where no one really wants the currency there. So the Iranian Rial is only for the people living within that country. Yet because they're under the same model as us, paper backed by nothing other than the government confidence, as well as the central bank's control of interest rates, as well as the elasticity of the currency supply there. So the question I want to pose to you guys today is that since we can see this happening in Iran, a country where no one really truly cares about the currency other than the citizens of that country, could you imagine on another note in a country with 300 million citizens, if we were to have something similar to this where there was a currency crisis and people all of a sudden tried to run to their banks just to get hold of cash in of itself? Nevertheless, the idea that the currency they're going to go pick up or go to get from their bank is not really holding its end of the bargain as far as being able to purchase much. And at that point, people are going to be scrambling. But guess where they're going to be running to? They're going to be trying to bombard all those places where it says, we will buy gold here, silver here. We buy your gold, we give you best rates for your silver, we give you best rates for your gold. So those are the places where people will be running to exchange those paper notes for actual precious metal or any other item or commodity that has a chance of retaining its purchasing power. And so I thought I would just share with you what's happening in Iran and let you know that this is not really an isolated event. It's only as isolated as the Iranian Rial, but in actuality, every single citizen around this country will face some type of issue dealing with currency in the near future. And more importantly, how will that impact us here in the United States of America? Because we're dependent upon the Federal Reserve note, which is a global reserve currency as of now. And so when the time comes, that currency doesn't hold its end of the bargain as far as being able to purchase much. What will we be doing? What will we do? What will you do at that point? Will you be holding on to something along with your paper just in case for emergency's sake? So just something to think about. Leave a comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this matter. And if you find this important, which it definitely is, please share this with family and friends and make sure you subscribe. Click the notification tab to be informed of future updates as well as live streams. Enjoy the rest of your day.